Yeah, so we started with mensuration. Mensuration one. Mensuration. The last week we started with finding the parameters of plane figures. Parameter, right? Test of and areas of plane figures. And areas of plane figures. Areas of plane figures. Now we did that of a square, that of a rectangle. We've already done circles and so on and so forth. Today we'll be doing that of a triangle. So let's consider a triangle. Uh, uh, let's consider triangles. 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 Let's do triangles. So another triangle, another this topic, we are apart from considering the normal triangle, we are going to consider isosceles triangle and equilateral triangle. That is what your syllabus says we should teach you. So uh, just as we already know the diagram of a triangle, we know that a triangle has three sides. A triangle has three sides. So uh, that is it. Triangle has three sides. And it has what they call it, this. Now we know that from here to here, let me just name them. So let's say this is A, B, and C. Let's call here maybe D. And we know that CD is the height of the triangle. So CD is the height of the triangle. Is the height of the triangle. That is it. And this one side of the triangle. There's one side of the triangle. This is another side of the triangle. I hope we agree. Now, if we have something like this, and we have to find for the area of the triangle. The area of a triangle is given by area is given by half of the base. Where the base is this, from here to here. So half of this base. So that means from here to here. Don't forget that the height divides this into equal parts. So the half of the base times height will give you the area of a triangle. And you know when it divides, this is called line of symmetry. Now, if this line of symmetry is drawn through this, it divides the body of the triangle into two, and it makes an angle of 90 degrees with the horizontal because it bisects it. So area is equal to half base times height. That is it. Now, if you want to find the parameter, then that means you are going to add the distance here, plus the distance here, and plus the distance here. So that's total distance. You know, anytime you talk about parameter, you're talking about the total distance of any plane figure. So the parameter or perimeter, anyhow you want to say it, perimeter will be given by the distance of AC, and so sorry, AC plus distance of or line of AB plus uh, plus A sorry plus C uh, plus C CB. So that is it. That's the parameter of a triangle. Find the parameter of a triangle. So that is it. So the distance of this plus the distance of this plus the distance of this. And we would have covered the total distance. So Basically, that is it. Now, under the types of triangles, we are going to consider. So let's say find the area of a triangle whose base is 4 cm and height is 5 cm. And so the base of the triangle is 4 cm. So that will be of the 4, half of the 4 times the height. The 4 times the height, which is 5. So this will be 10. Then you add the units. It's distance. So it can either be centimeters, millimeters, meters, depending on the units you are given on the question. Now let's just do some other parts. Now, so I'm finding for the area of a triangle, that is basically the same this thing you're going to do. But you know, when you're talking about triangles, we have the isosceles triangle, we have the scaling, we have the equilateral triangle. That we already know. And so if we have something like this, let's talk about isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle normally has two parts being equal and the other one not being equal. So that is it. So if you have something like this, normally if you see something like this, of an isosceles triangle, then maybe you see, or sometimes it can be, you may have something like this. Then we can have something like this. Now, this and this means that the distance from A, the distance AC, distance of AC is equal to the distance of CB. CB. So the distance of AC and CB are equal. Now, this and this means that the distance from here to here is equal to the distance from here to here. So that is it. But this and the full distance here, they are not equal. This and this, only two sides are the same. Only two sides are the same. But this line of symmetry separates this apart. So it makes this and this be equal. That means AD and BD are the same. AD is equal to BD, DB or something. All this we know. So that is it. This is a typical isosceles triangle. So you can write this isosceles triangle. And basically, when you find for the area, it's the same formula because they are all triangles. So that is it. That is it. So, except that in this case, when we are finding for, let's try a typical example. Can I clean a board? Can I please clean a board?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're given something like this, except that sometimes the dynamics of the questions or how we solve them changes just based on your understanding. If you consider it as just a normal triangle, you might end up making mistakes. Now, if you have something like this is an isosceles triangle. Now the question says that the height of an isosceles triangle is 4 cm. So the height is 4 cm. It's 4 cm, so don't go and write meters. It's 4 cm. Find the length of the base. You have been asked to find for the length of this base. If the sides are 5 cm long, so here's 5 cm, here's 5 cm, here's 5 cm. And you've been asked to find for the length of this base, that means from here to here. But you know, because this side, this length is different from this and this, what then you are going to do is, because you've been given the height of this and you've been given the length of one side, then you can be able to find for the length from here to here using Pythagoras theorem. Do you get it? Do you get it? Remind me.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
we are going to find, we are going to use Pythagoras theory to find for the length of, maybe here is D and here is B. So the length of DB, then we multiply by 2 to get the full length, because we assume that here and here they are equal. Not that we assume, we know that here and here they are the same thing. So this will be equal to, you know, this is the hypotenuse and this is the opposite. And so This will be 5 squared. And you know the formula for finding that, I don't have to quote it. So this will be 5 squared because this is the longest part. It's equal to 5 squared. Is equal to 4 squared plus, that is dB. So let's name it x. So now we can come and get x will be equal to, that was x squared. So this will be x squared is equal to, or x is equal to root of 5 squared minus 4 squared. So x will be equal to, this will be 25 minus 16, that will be 9. So root 9 will be 3. So it means that here will be 3. So if you want to get the length of the base, that will be 3 times 2, or twice of 3. That will give you 6. So here is 6. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now when the question says find for the parameter, then parameter you add all of them. So that will be 5 plus 5 plus 6. That will give you 10 plus 6. That will give you 16. Are we true?
Yes, sir.
So that is the only this. Now let's do another triangle, the equilateral triangle. With the equilateral triangle, it's something like this. So equilateral triangle, this is equilateral triangle. Anytime you see a triangle like this, it's a equilateral triangle. It means that all the sides are equal. And so that means all the sides are equal. So for instance, if the question reads that the length of the side of an equilateral triangle is 10 cm, find the height of the triangle. The length of the sides are 10 cm. Of the side is 10 cm. Find the height of the triangle. We don't know this height. Then it means that because they are the same, if here is 10, here too will be 10, and here too will be 10. Do you agree? Because it's an equilateral triangle, the sides are equal. So here is 10, here will be 10, here will be 10. And the question says you should find for the height. So in finding for the height, you still have to use the Pythagoras theorem. Now before you can use Pythagoras, it's either we use this half or we use this half. But it's the same height you are looking for. So we have to divide this into 2 to get here to be 5, and here 2 to be 5. So then we can use the Pythagoras theorem to find for the length of this one. So using Pythagoras, and that will be 10 squared minus 5 squared is equal to, let's name here x or h squared. So h will be equal to 10 squared, which is 100, minus 25. So that will be root 75. What is root 75? What is root 75? That will give us 8.66 or something. 8.66. So that will be the height of it. Have you seen it, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So basically, that is all under triangles. They are just simple questions, just simple things that you don't need to be spending much time on it. So that is it. Now let's do parallelogram. 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 Can I please wipe the board? Parallelogram. My Ashanti friends, you take your time before you. American friends, Anakoye Adom and the rest.
Oh, sir.
I know you people. We end up saying parallelogram instead of parallelogram.
Sir, but you see,
Yeah, I'm a American. That's why I know you people. I've taken my time. So you to say it and let me see if you're bad.
she say what?
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
You see the way
Okay.
you relax. You took your time.
Hey, sir, that's how I talk. That's
Oh
how.
yeah, boy. Say it again. Say it like 3 times.
Hey, hey, say why? Like continuously.
Yeah, fast, fast.
Hey, say, stop.
Say Usro.
This is very slow.
I can say it very fast. Parallelogram, parallelogram, parallelogram.
Hey, say.
Some are Jedro. If Maureen was to be here, like I'll let her say it. Say she's also a American girl. Like I'll let her say it.
Say Shugba.
So this is how a typical parallelogram looks like. And a parallelogram has what do you call it, 4 sides. Now, two of the sides are equal. So this side and this side are equal or the same, and this side and this side too are the same. Now, have you gotten it? Now, this side and this side are parallel. That's how it's called a parallelogram. And these two sides are also parallel. So they are all, this and this sides, two sides of each are parallel. So this side and this side are parallel. This side and this side are parallel. So in that case, normally when we draw it, we indicate some arrows. Now this arrow show that this side and this side are parallel, and we do something like this, which also shows that this side and this side are parallel. And this side and this side are the same. This side and this side are also equal. And the height is from here to here. The height is from here to here. Let me draw. So the height is normally perpendicular to the base. So you realize that this is perpendicular to the base. So there are some instances you may want to draw it this way. You can also draw the height like this. In faint lines, you can also draw the height like this. It's still the height. It's still the height. So you can also draw it that way. So that's basically it. So it has 4 sides, and there's the height, there's the base. This side and this side are parallel. This side and this side are parallel. This side and this side are equal. This side and this side are equal. So, for instance, if here is B and here is A, then you are saying that distance B is equal to distance A. Also, we can also say that distance A are parallel or is parallel to B. Now, if here is C and here is D, then we can say that C is also parallel to D, and distance C is equal to distance B, distance D. So, if we want to find for the perimeter of a parallelogram, perimeter of a parallelogram is equal to 2 times the base plus 2 times the sides, 2 times the other sides. So it means that 2 times this base plus 2 times this thing. It just basically means that this plus this plus this plus this. But because this and this are equal, so you say 2 times this plus 2 times this times 1 of this. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Then when we finish, we'll do the area. In finding for the area, the area to will be equal to length of the base times perpendicular height. So the area is the length of this base times the perpendicular height, which is this. So length of base, let me just type it so that will be nice. Area of Parallelogram. It's called length of base times what do you call it? Times perpendicular height. Length of base times perpendicular height. So that is it. So that is how we also calculate for parallelogram. Parallelogram. Now let's solve some questions on it. Find the area of a parallelogram with base, length 12 and height 4. Do this for me. Find the area of a parallelogram with base length 12 and height 4 cm. With base length 12 and height 4 cm. Find the area of a parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram with length of base 12 and height 4 cm. What are you getting? Please, you can just look at it and give me the answer.
48.
48.
48 cm.
48, 48, 48, 48.
48.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. So that is it. Let's go to trapezium. So you can just use the formulas to this. So for instance, we are given a question like this, and here is 37. Here is 19. And here is 25. All in meters. So here's 25. Now do it for me. Find the perimeter. Here is 35, 37 cm, 25 cm, and here is 19. Find the perimeter for me. Find the perimeter for me. What's the perimeter?
Yeah, is it 124?
Yes, 124, 124, 124, 124, 124. Okay, so let's do some. Let's talk about trapezium. Trapezium. Let's talk about trapezium. Now, so this is how a trapezium looks like. So here's a trapezium. Trapezium. So the trapezium, we have the height too. Yeah. We have the height. We have this side A. We have here is B. The whole of this side C. This side is D. Now, so this is D. I've already written the D. So we are finding for the perimeter of this. The perimeter is given by A. This is the side A of this side plus this side B plus C plus D plus D. So that will be C plus B plus A plus D. That's when you're finding for the perimeter of a trapezium. So you add all the length. Now, when you're finding for the area of a trapezium, you know that the sides are not equal, or all the sides are not the same. They're all different. So when you're finding for the area, and that's why I would say area. When you're finding for the size of area, the area of a trapezium, that will be half of the sum of the parallel sides. You know that this side and this side are parallel. This side and this side. So half of the sum of parallel sides. Sum of parallel sides. Parallel sides. Parallel sides times the height. Times the height. So this will be the same as half into bracket. This is the side. So C plus A. So half into bracket C plus A. Normally when you're doing your physics motion, you've been using this formula. C plus A times height. Are we okay? Are we okay?
Yes.
Okay, so check. So do this for me. The height here. This is 12. This is 12 cm. The height is 4 cm. And the whole of this place 18 cm. Please do find the area for me. Find the area for me of this. 12, 4, and 18. Find the area for me. Find the area for me.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
so I have 60. If I have 60.
Yeah, 66
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yes.
correct. That's correct. It's correct. That's correct. Okay, so let's do can I clean a board? So we are doing a rhombus. Rhombus. So rhombus is it looks like a parallelogram. It is, in fact, is is one of the parallelograms, but just that this one, it has equal sides. All the sides are equal. So this is a parallelogram with equal parts. In other words, we can say the parallelogram will be like a rectangle. The next one will be like a square. So we have equal parts. We have equal parts, and we have diagonals. So that is it. And you know, this one makes, you have just 1 minute. So when it ends, you come again. So this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. When you come back, you write the formula. You join in again. So draw it.